Hello, and welcome to a quick tutorial for how you can better support language learners using the iPad and the Pearson System of Courses app. This tutorial will go through two different things. One, how to change the language settings on the iPad to better allow for the language spoken and understood best by the student. And two, to allow for voiceover, meaning the reading out loud of any of the text that is on the screen. Let's take a look at what this would do. Inside of the math units in the Pearson System of Courses app, you'll see that everything is in English. If you want the ability to have it translated as well as spoken out loud, you can change the language settings within the iPad. To do this, simply open up the Settings app on the iPad. From the General section, you will see the Language and Region setting. If you tap on that, you will see that the iPad language is currently set to English. To change that, tap on the particular language that you would like to select. I'm going to choose Espanol or Spanish. You will now see that all of the settings are in the language of choice, in this case, Spanish. If you hop out and then go back into the Pearson System of Courses, you'll see that this is still very much in English because the content has not changed directly. So what we need to do is make sure that we are enabling the voiceover component to allow for the translation and speaking out loud of the content within the app. To do this, we will go back into our Settings app and we will go back to our General area. The Accessibility section is where we want to be. Now, if you can't read this, obviously you'll want to make sure that you leave it in English before you do this settings change. But because VoiceOver requires a few more taps, I like to put it into the language I need it to be in and then make this change. VoiceOver is that very first selection, and all we have to do is turn it on. Everything you do will now be spoken out loud. The most important thing to note about VoiceOver is that it changes pretty fundamentally the way that you interact with the iPad. Normally, you would just tap to select something. With VoiceOver on, you tap and then double tap. So it's a tap and double tap in order to select something. Now that we are in the Pearson System of Courses app, we can go into any piece of content that we are working on and see how this works. So I'm going to open up Unit 1. Now notice that I needed to tap and then double tap in order to open that.
Start Math. Button.
The other thing to note is that it's a 3-finger swipe
Page 8 of 9.
in order to go to the next page, to scroll text, all of those kinds of things.
A portion of one side of the capsule tower, which resembles agenda tower, as over 40 capsules. The capsules are in the shape of a rectangular prism with the square side faces, facing outward. Imagen.
Notice that everything is being spoken that is on screen.
How many capsules do you out in the tower?
If you want, you can select specific pieces of text and it will have it read to you in the language that is desired. Also note that this is not a human translation. This is a translation that is specifically machine translation. So things are not going to be absolutely perfect.
No.
The word order may also be somewhat odd. And so this is not a perfect solution for those who need Spanish language support or other language support, but it is one way of ensuring that they at least have an understanding of more complex words because it will do some direct translation. They can see the English words and then also hear the Spanish translation or whatever language they are using. If you would like to change back to the previous settings, all you have to do is go back into your settings
Cerrando la carpeta work. Carpeta work. Sugerencias. Configuración.
and turn
Configuración.
off VoiceOver and change the language back to English.
Configuración. VoiceOver. Activado. VoiceOver desactivado.
Thank you so much for watching this quick tutorial on how to better support students with language and VoiceOver on the iPad. If you have further questions, please feel free to reach out to the math team, the IT team, or the personalized learning partners within your learning community. Talk to you soon, and have a great day.